Hey fam, thanks for coming back. I know you didn't think I would be on it like this, right? Gotcha. Well, today is October 14th, and I wanted to come to you up close and personal to talk to you about what is personally happening in my life instead of just giving you all of these energy forecasts and telling you about the energy and what's happening in the sky with the planets and the moon and the sun and the zodiac signs and everything. I really wanted to, my intention was a while ago to do a vlog on what has been happening in my personal life, but I just got so caught up in the energy and everything that was happening and how it was affecting me and how I saw it affecting other people that I felt the need to do a few vlogs about the energy. So today is just, a personal day for you and me to get a little more comfy with each other and so that we can update each other on what's been happening. So, for you all who don't know, I am a twin flame who is physically separated from my beloved. And during during the first, oh my goodness, I think I've known my twin flame for about, I want to say 15 years now. So during the first, let's say, 13 years, I really didn't know what was going on. We were dating for about 4.5 years, and I thought that we were going to get married and all of this other wonderful stuff, and then it just didn't happen, and then we broke up, and we would still have sexual relations with each other, and it was just like this, it was just like phenomenal, and it was phenomenal not only because of the sex, but it was phenomenal because for me, I felt like I was taken to a completely different world at that point. I still didn't understand what was going on. We still were not together. And then he stopped communicating with me for a couple of years, and he reached back out to me, come to find out that, and all during those years, I had been vlogging. I had been blogging, so I was writing a lot of how I felt. Come to find out that during those years that we did not have direct communication with each other, he made up these like fake internet personalities and would reach out to me, or he would read my vlog, and then he finally decided to reach out to me last year in April when all of this new energy was coming to us to accelerate our ascension and us waking up and the veil being removed from our eyes. And that's when we reestablished communication, and that's when I bumped into the term twin flame and did a lot of research on it, had some readings done, and I initially thought when I read about twin flames and saw what this concept was about, I felt like that's the energy and the connection that he and I had. And then I had the readings done by quite a few individuals, and it was confirmed. But I already knew in my heart, like regardless of what these readings and these individuals said to me, I knew in my heart of hearts that this is the connection and energetic and energy that he and I shared. But upon communicating with him, he informed me that he was married. So we continue to communicate, and yeah, I can't even like explain it. Like all of those years that we hadn't been communicating, I was on a search to understand why I was still feeling him, still seeing him in my dreams, still thinking about him. I knew what he was doing, but we were not communicating. And I was just like so depressed and distraught that he did not choose to spend the rest of his life with me. I went on a spiritual mission to figure out what was going on with me. And that spiritual mission that I was on, and I'm still on it now, has allowed me the opportunity to grow, to grow as a soul a little more than it has allowed him, because he decided to go more along the path of materialism and living in the world, more so than being spiritual or tapping into his spirituality. And I decided to go the opposite way. So I was at the point that he and I started communicating. I started to work on my gifts. I started to realize I knew certain things about me. Like I knew that I was clear this and clear that and clear the other. I had been doing a lot of reading, a lot of experimenting, a lot of growing. So my soul's growth was a little. I was stronger in my spirit, in my path of spirituality than he was. When in April, when he decided to communicate with me again, the veil had just a little bit been lifted for him, and he was realizing that there's more to life than what there really is. And since April of last year, we have seen each other. We've communicated with each other. We found out that we both have that I found out that I have 10 spirit guides. He realized that he's able to channel his spirit guides. I realized that I work with my spirit guides in a different way that he works with his. And since last April, things have changed. Things have changed a lot for. I know both of us. He found out that his family is actually a soul family. Like the people in his family actually plan to be family, and they've been family for years for specific reasons. What else has happened? He did some candle and chant and spell work to try to get the piece of his heart that he gave me back, which caused me, excuse me, which caused me to go through, excuse me, my throat chakra is bothering me because something is trying to prevent me from telling you this information, but it's not going to work. So he did some spirit and soul work, and it hurt me physically. I'm still kind of going through the process of healing from that. He told me that he loves me. He knows he doesn't tell me much, but his soul keeps on. His soul always wants to be around me, and it longs for me, and this wants to be around me is preventing him from doing the healing that he knows that he should do, so that he can grow. So I accepted that, and I backed off from communicating with him energetically, because I am of the understanding that we do communicate energetically. He may not be aware of it, but I am definitely aware of it. And during that period of time, I would still feel him. I would still know what he was doing, I especially know when he's having sex, which is like a crazy feeling. I would have dreams about him having sex, and actually my body would actually feel like I was having sex as well. And then more recently, after he made this decision and told me that he would no longer communicate with me, and I agreed, he has been reaching out to me, and sporadically, to keep me updated and tell me what's happening. And even one time he reached out to me and was like, I need to see you. And then more recently, unfortunately, his mother passed away, Um, and he reached out to me about that. And it's every now and then he'll contact me. I do still feel that he's going through the transitions and the growth that he needs to go through. But I feel like also he should be doing more for himself. And when I do speak to him, he admits that he doesn't do all of the things that he knows that he should do. um, I ended up working with a Reiki master that is actually his teacher, and this Reiki master, um, I'm still in contact with her, but I don't like see her as often or speak to her as often as I used to. And I think that's because everything that's happening energy wise, everybody is like trying to find their way in maneuvering through all of this energy, because it's a lot of energy of wanting to accomplish things in your life. So, I know she's doing a lot of things with regards to branding her business as a Reiki master and teacher. And my beloved, the last time I spoke to my beloved was on October 5th, and I had intended to do a vlog about that, but I just, like I said, I got caught up in everything else that was happening in with regards to the energy and astrology and astronomy. So I really didn't get the opportunity to. So this is why I'm here today. So when he reached out to me on the 5th, and I'm gonna, I've always been honest with you all, fam, and I'll just tell you how it plays out in my eyes. And I'm not saying that my eyes are the correct eyes. My perspective is not the only perspective here. It's just my perspective. But I've gotten to the point in this in this journey and mission whereby it's like, I want him to be like, Elle, I made a mistake. I realized that the way I've been living is not right. My soul, I've been fighting myself all of this time, and I want to see what can happen between us. I want to start doing some work. I would love that, because I want to do work with you also. However, it hasn't played out like that. And more recently, I had a dream that he and I were together and he kissed me, and when we finished kissing, and we were in the house that we lived in together. When we finished kissing, I looked at him and I was like, and he was like, yeah, we're together. And I'm like, oh my God, is this real? And that's when I came to you all with the vlog about how I felt like the work that I was doing on the 3D plane really wasn't doing anything at all. And then I had this dream which confirmed that the work that I'm doing on the 3D plane really is working. It just takes a long time to see the results on the 3D plane because it's so much heavier and denser here. And after I made that vlog, I realized that there's so much more that I could be doing for myself. Not so much so that I could see those kind of results, like not so much so that I could see dreams or feel him more or, get closer to him like that. But I should and could be doing more work for my own soul ascension, and more work so that I don't feel the physical pains and ailments that I feel as a residual result of whatever work he had been doing, whatever karma I need to resolve, if I do have karma, because there are some people who indeed believe that twin flames are above all of that. Like I definitely believe that we came here for a reason. There's a mission and a purpose that we specifically came here for. And we're in the process of remembering and also bringing about the template of how relationships and love will be for the new earth. However, there are those of us that believe that twin flames have transcended all of the karma, all of the and issues that I guess non-twin flames have not, and we don't have karma to resolve. I am on the fence when it comes to that, because I think that they're all like, I'm not even sure if I believe that karma exists. I believe that there is some type of energy that we label as karma, but I'm not sure if it really exists in the, as the definition that we have been told. So, so yeah, I'm definitely of a belief that, more so now, that instead of my focus being, oh well, maybe I should do this and he'll feel it. My focus is more so, okay, I need to do these things so that my higher self can feel it, so that when I have dreams, I could see the work that I have been doing in my dreams. So then it'll transcend and descend upon me, my physical body, in the 3D, on this plane. I'll see the results here because I'm doing so much more work for myself. And that's the mind frame that I am at right now. Do I think about my beloved? All of the time I think about my beloved. And that's just something that I don't think it'll end for me. I know all twin flames have their own experience, but I just don't, for me, I don't think it will end. There's just this longing that I have to be with him, regardless of who I'm dating or who I'm seeing or who I'm with. That'll just never stop. But I'm also learning that that the relationships that we have outside of the relationship we have with each other, even if we don't speak to each other, are extremely essential, because they allow us to grow. And they allow us to grow in such a way that we can learn how unconditional love really works. Yeah, I really, really feel like that, and also there are some twin flames who just, they know that they're flames, but they just are too scared to do the work. I think that my beloved is going through that, and he's also going through like a denial period where it's just like, he knows that he should be doing things to learn about himself and what his purpose on earth is, but he's just getting so lost in the visuals that he sees in the 3D. He's forgetting that he could channel his guides and get answers and directions. He's forgetting that he should be using Reiki to heal whatever he feels that he needs healing. And he's admitted these things to me. Now we all go through a period of where we don't do the things that we know we should be doing. But how long can we really go through that period before we start doing what we need to do? I don't know. But as a flame who was separated, that's something that I just can't focus on, because I know that I have to focus on the things that I have to do. And if you're experiencing anything similar to what I'm experiencing, I suggest that you turn to yourself and look at yourself as your own twin flame. Because if you can't give yourself the things that you want your twin flame to give you, or if you are not behaving the way you want your flame to behave, or your reactions are not the way that you want your twin's reactions to be, you need to really like work on yourself, because that tells me that, and I'm talking to myself as well, that I have a lot of expectations, which is a lot of templating and programming regarding how I think he should act, react, behave, this and that. And all of that stuff needs to be broken down, because there can't be expectations in this union. It's not even a relationship. It's a union. It's an energetic connection. Expectations come along when we are more in our human type of energy, and that will definitely be something that challenges all of us, twin flames and not, with regards to everything in life, because you really can't dictate how people shouldn't react or act. We are all experiencing life through our own perspective. And when we have expectations with regards to how other people should and should not react, we always get disappointed. Always. And then with that disappointment, there comes resentment. And then with that resentment, there comes attachment. And then with that attachment, there comes more lower vibrating energies, and you get stuck in this trap of never letting go. Like, you're constantly thinking about, well, why did this happen? Why couldn't they do? I expected them to behave this way. Are you serious? Don't they know who I am? Are you serious? Don't you know who you are? That should be the real question. Am I serious? Don't I know who I am? Like, why would I even put myself through something like that? Why would I even expect anything? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So those are some of the things that I have been thinking about and have been growing from all of that stuff. And it comes up so that it can get out of the way, so that I can be free to be the soul that I'm supposed to be. And if it's coming up for you as well, sit and contemplate and think about, why is it that you behave the way that you behave? Not so much why is it your beloved behave that way. They can do whatever they want to do, just like you can do whatever you want to do. If you're not with your beloved, think about it like this. Say the tables were turned. The shoe was on the other foot. And you were the twin who is in another relationship, or whatever the case may be. Wouldn't you want your beloved to be happy for you? Like, why would you want to be constantly stressed or constantly think about, oh my goodness, did I hurt their feelings? Or why are they calling? Like, that's not fair to you and your growth process. So why would you put that energy out in the world so that your twin can feel it? And believe it or not, your twin feels everything that you put out in the world. I'm not saying that it's easy. By far am I saying that it's easy, but what I'm saying is that this is what we chose to do. And since we chose to do it, and we may be more awake and aware of what is happening, then it's our responsibility to ourselves to learn from the experiences and not hold on to those things that serve us no purpose. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, could you imagine living the rest of your life never having any kind of connection with anybody else in the world on an intimate level, not even a sexual level, on an intimate level, because you are pining over the breakup and the separation from your flame? That is so unfair to yourself. That is just like so unfair. How will you ever expect to grow? How? It's going to be impossible. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if you do choose to do it in such a way whereby you are constantly in a relationship, in a loving relationship, or you in a relationship whereby you learn to love yourself. That's what my suggestion is about that. And then maybe once you learn to love yourself, that connection between your flame and you will be stronger, and your wildest dreams will come true. I know my dreams are going to come true regardless. So, yeah, I just wanted to come to y'all real quick and give you this information. I'm not going to stay for long because I kind of sort of have a headache. But I did want to come and talk to you all. I hope that you all are all doing well. I hope that you are enjoying what's happening. And I want you to know that even though it might be something that you perceive and view as not pleasurable to you, there's blessings and there's also growth involved in it. So try not to view everything that you experience with your beloved as so horrible, and also know that the pain that you feel is a calling for your spiritual growth. So when you feel that When you feel that sorrow or that intense longing, it could possibly be intense longing for you to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can anybody else ever love you, especially your beloved? The energy just doesn't work like that. It just does not work like that. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog, this update vlog about what's happening with me, which is, basically I'm in that dark place where I am planting seeds and, looking at the ground that they're planting and looking at the dirt, making sure the dirt is clean and there's no garbage on it. And I am learning about myself in my dark place and learning to love myself more and getting over those little challenges and hurdles that we all experience during the separation phase, the physical separation of physical separation phase of the twin flame connection slash mission slash union. Yeah, don't give up on yourself. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned. I have to do some more vlogs about Mars and Pluto and Neptune and Virgo and all of these other things. But anyway, yeah. Stay tuned. I will check y'all later. I hope you enjoy your evening or your day, your afternoon, whatever the case is when you watch my vlog. I love you, fam.